Alright, we're walking out to the plane. We're going to do a little video today. Maybe talk about some of our speeds and how we vary from what's on the checklist versus just operating procedures that I do when I'm allowed, when I can. And I'll explain more when we get en route. But I'm going to go pull off all my covers, my engine covers, cowl plugs, pitot-static cover, and get the show on the road, check the oil, do a quick pre-flight. So stay tuned. Alright, today we're going to talk about airspeeds. What's on the checklist versus what I do in real life. So I'm gonna wait till I'm at least 90, about 90 before I think about rotating. Greensboro Tower, Baron 683 Delta is ready to go 23 left. Alright, hopefully my camera's good.
Baron 683 Delta, Greensboro Tower, turn left heading 190, runway 23 left, clear for takeoff.
Okay, left to 190, clear for takeoff 23 left, 683 Delta. Right, so we'll get our lights
wing
on.
47, contact departure.
Air conditioning comes off.
Good day, sir.
The door's closing. No caution, wake turbulence for that dude, I guess, I don't know. That was one of those Dorniers or whatever that was. Alright, looks like a 2-3 left. Winds are from our right, we'll give a little right aileron for that. Power's coming up, we'll pull them up nice and symmetrical. And once we get up against the governor, we'll shove them quickly. At our power. Right there's good. Everything's in the green, we'll pick up that wing. There's 70 knots, and like I said, the checklist says 85, but watch, we'll go about 90, 95, there's 95. Positive rate, gear comes up, lights off, yaw damp on. And then the checklist says climb out at blue line 105, but we're already beyond that. Ease my props back, 25 or 2490. And then at 400 feet, we'll do that heading. And then I'm already going to shallow out my climb. We're doing 1200 foot a minute. We don't need that, we'll do 7. 400 feet, we're going to hit heading. We'll turn to our heading of 190. Air conditioning coming back on.
Traffic, 3 Delta, contact departure.
Go over to departure, 3 Delta. Traffic's on the ground.
Not, but if you did, make another 20 degree left turn.
Greensboro departure, Baron 683 Delta, 1700, climbing 3,190 on the heading.
Baron 683 Delta, Greensboro departure, radar contact, climb maintain 7,000, clear direct Moorhead.
7,000 direct Moorhead, 3 Delta. Alright, away we go. I'll bug my heading, I'll hit direct, enter, and then we're going to nav. Just follow the V-bars around.
252 Romeo, Greensboro approach, Greensboro altimeter 3003, maintain VFR.
3003, same VFR.
Right, so we're just still hand flying it. Looking out the window, watching our V-bars as guidance.
Greensboro approach,
set to my blue line, my blue little CN marker.
Skyline 2380 Yankee, Greensboro approach, Greensboro altimeter 3003.
3003, 80 Yankee.
80 Yankee, I know you're still a ways out, let me know when you get Oscar.
Roger that, we'll let you know.
Alright.
Silver Wings 47, contact.
Oh, it was, Silver Wings.
8.8, have a good one.
Silver Wings, so that was one of those turboprops.
November 90 Whiskey, radar service terminated.
No, Dornier was one of those turboprops that Silver Wings flies down to.
Change approved, 90 Whiskey.
We now got air service out of Greensboro going direct to Nashville. I think down in Florida, Tampa or somewhere. I'm not sure exactly, but I know they have Nashville service now, which we didn't used to have. Not direct anyways. Alright, we're going to turn on the autopilot, and I'm going to shallow my climb to 500 foot a minute now that I'm at altitude.
November 338, enter our right base, runway 23 right.
Alright, and then we'll lean to that CN marker. Alright, so like I said, when I...
November 6, November Sierra, contact Washington Center 124.05.
I'll show you guys on the checklist.
Have a good day.
If I get out of these bumps. Checkmate checklist, which is a good abbreviated checklist. It's kind of all in one. Got emergencies on one side, normal on the other, and it's
Gets everything out of the POH. So it's a very good checklist.
Greensboro approach, Skyline 230.
Nice flow, nice easy to read. And a lot of other good information on here about all your V speeds, tire pressure, you know, things like that that you might not know off the top of your head. It's good to have all these right here. But our takeoff checklist is full throttle, 2,700 RPMs max. So you want to make sure it's redlining, so you're getting good power. Oil pressure says rotated 85, and there's an asterisk that says adjust speed as needed for conditions. Right? Or maybe if it's real, they're kind of referring to gusty conditions where you might rotate a little faster. But it says 85.
6574 Delta.
Which is also
6574 Delta, roger, no traffic observed in the area, frequency change approved.
VMCA speed, right?
Thanks for your help. 6574 Delta.
My point, that's what I'm going to get to that in a second. 85 is also my red line speed, right? VMCA. And then VY is 105, which is blue line, right? So you want to climb at least blue line. Well, this is saying if you're trying to take off very bare minimum numbers, you got a 50-foot obstacle, and then if you lost an engine,
252 Romeo, just let me know before you start your descent.
You'll be climbing at blue line, right? If you're climbing at blue line with 2 engines,
252 Romeo,
you're zipping. Your ears are gonna, everybody's ears are going to be popping. So we just, so basically the reason I accelerate, I rotate at a faster speed. If I'm doing 90 instead of 85, and I rotate, and say obviously I've got a long runway here, so clearing an obstacle at the end is not a factor. I got an extra 5 knots. I rotate, positive rate, gear comes up. If I lost an engine right then, that's like at the worst possible time, right? Boom, you rotated, gear sucked up. But you want to get in a twin, you want to get the gear up fairly quickly anyways, in case you did lose an engine, so you could be climbing. Because with the gear hanging out, it's not going to perform very well.
110 Greensboro approach, Greensboro altimeter 3003.
But anyways, let's say rotated, positive rate, gear comes up. I'm already doing well above blue line already. I'm doing like 110, 120. I'm steadily accelerating because I got 2 engines. If I lost an engine right then, I'm already above blue line. So you've got air going over the tail. You can just apply the rudder to keep me going straight and gently lower the nose a little bit. If you rotate at 85 and you lose an engine, you better be pitching down to blue line or level that sucker off level, suck up the gear if need be, right? Or unless you're going to land straight ahead,
15 degrees
which
right,
is not really the recommended
4,000
procedure. But
15 right down to 4,000 on pilot discretion.
Point being, if you've got the runway to add a little extra
Romeo,
speed,
you have traffic,
not only does the airplane jump off the ground better at 90 than it does 85,
5,500.
you're not on the backside of the power curve trying to accelerate.
I'll let you just
in ground effects, struggling to accelerate. I'm already accelerating like crazy. So it just makes your life easier.
Tower 19-1.
If you lost an engine.
November 0 Charlie Delta, you have
the worst
traffic
possible
3
time.
o'clock, 4 miles northbound is a PA 32
Just
6500.
Like I said, you're well above blue line.
0 Charlie Delta, we're looking for.
And you're just cleaning it up. Identify, verify, feather. Boom. You're set. You're probably you're going a little faster than the guy that rotates at 85 and then pitches for blue line.
And
so he rotates at 85, and then you got to lower the nose to accelerate to blue line. If I accelerate at 90, 95, by the time I suck up the gear, or even reaching for the gear, I'm already to blue line. You know, so that's my whole point. That's where I vary on that, right? That's on takeoff. It's just, if God forbid you lose an engine at the worst possible time, you got a little extra airspeed to help you. If you're hovering around VMCA, you're in danger of stalling or spinning the airplane. So, and, you know, there's a certain amount of panic and a certain amount of few minutes before you realize, you know, something's happened. I'd like a few knots to help in my favor. I hope that makes sense. And that's when conditions allow that, right? I'm not doing that at a 2,000 foot strip or whatever, 2,500, you know, bare minimum numbers. And then on landing, let's look at the landing. It says, gear down, flaps 30 or as required, speed 95. That's below blue line.
That's Romeo's traffic in sight.
Right? Now, you've got 2 engines, so you're not really worried about
Number 52 Romeo, Roger, VFR descent approved.
Okay, you're well above stall speed.
VFR descent approved, Roger.
So your 2-engine stall speed full flaps is like 75, right? Or whatever it is, 74, whatever in the book. So you're well above stall speed. But if you're doing, I like to keep it above blue line. Or right around blue line. And if it's windy, maybe 110. The airplane seems to fly better with a little more air over the wings and over the ailerons. This airplane can, all I have to do is ease the power back and I'm slowing pretty quickly. So what I like to do is cross the fence. I'm going to shoot the whole approach, coming in on final after glide slope. Fully stabilized. I'm doing right at blue line, 100 knots, 105. And then as I cross the fence, I can ease the power back. I'll slow to that 95. Right, which was the speed on the chart. It's easy to lose that 5 to 10 knots. This airplane's not that slippery with everything hanging out.
Descend to maintain 4,000.
All right, descent 4,000, P-Mount 59.
There's my thoughts on that. Now, a lot of people say, "Oh, you didn't push the props forward." Bonanzas, Barons. I've got plenty of runway. Well beyond my minimum numbers. Don't bother shoving it forward.
Turn left direct,
In the unlikely event you need to go missed, you need to do a go around because somebody's on the runway. You can gas on it. It will climb at 25 like I'm doing now, right? Now, if it was a short field and I'm going in, yes, I push them forward because it gives you extra drag when you pull the throttles back to idle. With it full forward, it's going to give you a little extra drag. You won't float as long. And in the event of a go around on a short runway, you want that extra power to clear the trees, for example. If I'm going into a 5,000 foot strip, I don't need to shove them forward, make the engine rev and all that. We just leave them. That's the same way in the Bonanza, the Barons, King Airs, all the turboprop guys, they don't fool with it. Most of them don't. And that's the reason. Unless you're going in to a really short strip that you're needing maximum performance. So, I hope that makes sense. You got any questions, comments? Be sure to put them down below. And I'll answer them. All right, well, stay tuned. We'll get back to you when we get a little closer.
35 now. Good day, P-Mount.
Well, what's up with the camera stopping and going? We're going to unplug this one. Is that holding you down? All right. Speed is good.
Beaufort traffic, Sky 259 Juliet here on the go, runway 26, Beaufort traffic.
Beaufort traffic, 3 Delta is on about a mile and a half final, runway 26, Beaufort. Alright, we're hovering around blue line, like I discussed earlier. Alright, autopilot yaw damps away. We'll dip down below glide slope, so hopefully I can make 1-4. Watch out, little birdie. Continue. 3 green, no red, lights are on, mixtures rich, flaps are full. Everything's done. Everything's done but the crying, as they say. No cars coming, we'll dip down a little bit. Power coming off. Start to rotate and flare. Ooh, baby. Flaps up, tail flaps open, prop forward, mixture back, and then we're going to make 1-4 to get to Bravo. Ready trim. And Beaufort 3 Delta is going to back taxi 1-4 to Bravo. I guess it's really back taxi 32. I don't know. This is runway 14. And Beaufort 3 Delta is clear 14 on Bravo. Alright. Thanks for riding along. Like, share, subscribe. We're pointing at the ceiling again. Sorry about that. It's just, I gotta throw this one away. This one stinks. All right, talk to you later. Thanks for watching.